Hi, and welcome to Great Getaways. Today we bring you the best as selected by our viewers. Just as the show name says, we have put together a show based on your favorite segments, including your comments. Our goal has been to bring the experience of our great getaways to you in hopes that you will be entertained and want to make your own memory-making trip. So buckle in as we revisit your favorite destinations in Ontario and Michigan.
Production of Great Getaways is made possible by Rockies Great Outdoors. Located in Burton, Michigan, Rockies carries a complete line of motorcycle, snowmobile, camping, and hiking gear, including canoes and kayaks. State Building Company, serving Mid-Michigan for over 50 years, with quality windows, insulation, roofing, and siding, including complete residential and commercial remodeling. Forward Corporation, operating over 30 complete convenience centers, motels, and restaurants across Northeast Michigan.
The iconic Mackinac Bridge, uniting the Yoopers and the Trolls of Michigan, is loved by many and feared by few. More than 300,000 vehicles cross the bridge each month. Here is a close-up view of one of our favorite places to visit.
Everyone knows that the only way to get to the UP is to cross the scenic Mackinac Bridge. But there is more to this bridge than meets the eye, as we would discover when we spoke to Mackinac Bridge Authority Director Bob Sweeney.
The bridge was built, it was open to traffic in 1957. They started construction in May of 1954. But yeah, it never gets old, that's for sure. I even though I live and work up here, when I see the towers coming up 75, it certainly, I feel like I'm home. Mm-hmm. It spans water about 4.5 miles. The bridge itself, the project itself, is 5 miles long. But it's the longest suspension bridge in the Western Hemisphere and third longest in the world. A suspension bridge is pretty much like a rope bridge across a ravine. A rope bridge across a ravine is a suspension bridge, a type of suspension bridge. So they're really designed to move. They flex with the wind and with the weight. They're designed to accommodate a lot of movement on the bridge.
Now, is this something people feel when they go across?
No, as long as you're driving across, you really can't feel the movement. But if you happen to be in one of the lane closures where we do stop traffic, you will notice that the bridge is moving.
Bob not only gave us some great information on the bridge, but took us all the way to the top and then all the way to the bottom of this magnificent structure.
A lot different view from down here.
Yeah, it is a lot different view. You're almost at water level looking up, so it's kind of a striking view as well. I like this view as well from the down below as well as I do from the top.
Kimberly of Windsor, Ontario wrote to us and said, "I'm from Southern Ontario and did not realize the beauty that was in my own backyard. Thank you for showcasing the beauty that is Canada. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, a hike to Skinner's Bluff along the Bruce Trail is a complete novel." We would move on to a spectacular place called Skinner's Bluff, where you could see forever. Beautiful. Now, what bay have we got out here?
This is Georgian Bay.
Okay.
And White Cloud Island.
Very nice.
Some working farmland close to us.
Okay, that's what this area that's kind of cleared is then, huh?
The wetlands, and you see it's a bit marshy.
Oh yeah, you can see that. Yeah, you can almost see the sign of a little creek maybe going through down there too.
Wow, you guys, this is amazing. Look at, I'm literally hanging over the edge here, and I'm probably 80 feet up over the canopy.
It looks like it's at least that far, yeah. It feels like it anyway from up here.
Absolutely.
Now the Bruce Trail actually runs for quite a distance, doesn't it, Darcy?
It does, yeah. The trail officially starts in Queenston, down south, really close to Niagara Falls. Follows this escarpment edge, all the way through southern Ontario and ends in Tobermory, and the total trail, the main trail, is about 890 kilometers of trail.
Wow. So it's a great trail system.
It is, it's fabulous. And then there's side trails as well. That totals another 400 and some odd. Yeah, it's impressive. So it's a lot of hiking. You don't get tired of it.
Now here in the Bruce County, how many kilometers do we have here?
Over 150 kilometers of trail in this area from latitude north.
Does a lot of it look like this?
It's a variety. Some of it looks like this, and some of it you get to inland lakes. A lot of it you're as opposed to looking down into field, you're looking right into Georgian Bay, and then you can see beyond because the bay, the water is so clear. You can see down. And that would be just up and farther north. It's like that.
Ontario and Michigan share the beautiful waters of Lake Huron, as well as a love for fishing. After watching the show on Lake St. Clair, Steve from Hemlock said he was definitely making a trip there to catch a muskie. Let's see how easy it is.
We were more than anxious to try our hand at Lake St. Clair's world-renowned muskie fishing. Joel invited us back for what he said was super muskie fishing in the fall. Well, he didn't have to ask us twice. As soon as the first cool weather of fall was upon us, we called Joel and set up what would be a fishing trip of a lifetime. Tom and Denny spent literally hundreds of hours in their youth hunting for the fish of 1,000 casts and were rewarded on occasion to the fight of a lifetime. Once it is in your blood, nothing compares to the pursuit of a muskie. Well, we didn't have to wait long, as Tom set the hook on our first fish, and it looked to be a whopper. As Joel hollered instructions to pilot Chris, Tom fought one of the biggest fish of his life.
Oh, he's pulling, man. He's taking it.
Right rudder, Chris, right rudder.
Oh, there he is back there.
All right, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. It's in the net. Oh. Nice job, Tom. Nice job.
Nice fish.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job, guys.
44 inches, and Tom was exhausted. Wow, what a beauty.
It is said you can be anywhere in Michigan and be only 8 miles from a body of water. In Michigan's Upper Peninsula, there are more than 300 waterfalls. Our visit to Tequamanon Falls has long been our viewers' choice when aired on Great Getaways TV and liked on Facebook.
You'll find another UP treasure, the Tequamanon Falls. Noted in poem and song, you too may be inspired by the thunderous upper falls and adventurous lower falls of the Tequamanon River. Tequamanon Falls, the place where the sound of rushing water releases your inner stresses. With more than 40,000 acres to explore, you'll want to come back often.
Summer in the Thumb. Annette from Adrian says she wanted to spend a week's vacation there, armed with her family's bikes and kayaks. We're definitely going to return to visit this unique beauty that can only be accessed by the Thumb Heritage Water Trail.
The tip of the Thumb Heritage Water Trail is a route on Lake Huron for people using small non-motorized boats, such as kayaks, canoes, rafts, or rowboats. And as we approach the cliffs near Port Austin, we spot the geological formation known as the Thumbnail, or tip of the Thumb Rock, and then round over to Turnip Rock, a large turnip-shaped rock island. The unique shape is the result of thousands of years of erosion by storm waves. The surrounding land is privately owned, so visitors can only view these rock formations via boat or over the frozen lake in winter. The water is shallow and crystal clear at this point, but kayakers need to proceed with caution along this stretch of shoreline because winds can create hazardous conditions and paddling difficulties along the Port Austin Reef that extends from the shoreline to the light. Kayaking is just one sport to enjoy along Michigan's Thumb.
Wow, that's what we like to hear from you after our shows. Andy of Clinton Township can't wait to drop a line and do some fishing at Houghton Lake. We agree with him. Another one of our favorite getaways.
Writer Fennell Hudson said, "To go fishing is one of the most pleasurable experiences I can imagine. If you think that way too, you're in for a very pleasurable show. as we take you to Michigan's other Great Lakes for top-notch fishing and 2 unique festivals. We're not teaching you any secrets, but along with local anglers, we'll highlight the lakes and their surroundings for your great fishing getaway. Let's drop a line and see what we hook. A breeze, a boat, blue skies, and a fishing rod. It doesn't take much more than that to make Tom a happy angler, especially on Houghton Lake. After stopping at the local bait shop, he was anxious to see if the handmade lures made especially for Houghton Lake will do the trick. Let's wait and see if Tom is going to end up working for his dinner. The waters of Houghton Lake cover more than 20,000 acres against nearly 30 miles of shoreline.
This is what I like about overcast day. The fish really turn on. Boy, he's really pulling hard. Gotta get him up here.
Whether trolling, fishing among the weeds, using a bobber, or tight line, be sure to try a variety of bait and lures. Share your catches with us on the Great Getaways Facebook page.
Oh, a little closer, buddy. There we are.
Kitchitakippy or Big Springs or the Mirror of Heaven, whatever name you like to call it, see if you agree with one of our viewers who called it one of the most beautiful spots in the world. Brook State Park is located at the northern terminus of State Highway 149, a 15-minute drive north of US 2 at Thompson. It's a rewarding side trip for the vacationer touring the Upper Peninsula, for here you can see one of Michigan's alluring natural attractions, Kitchitakippy, the Big Spring. The Big Spring is the largest in Michigan, 40 feet deep and over 10,000 gallons of clear water gush per minute from the fissures in the underlying limestone. At the springs you are greeted by a new, more modern raft that has replaced the older, smaller raft that has served the spring for almost 60 years. Iargo Springs in the Tawas Bay area is considered a holy place by Native Americans. This mystical place where underground springs come together and form cold water streams is among our viewers' favorites for seeking solitude.
The natural Iargo Springs are another point of interest on the Scenic Byway. They're found along the steep banks of the AuSable River. From the observation deck, visitors get a spectacular panoramic view of the AuSable River, and all who have descended the 294 stairs to see the springs percolating from the forest floor have relished the experience.
In our culture, we believe that it's the lifeblood of Mother Earth, and we should cherish it and keep it as clean and pure as possible.
Once at the springs, you can meander along the boardwalks that cross the streams created by the springs. The water of the springs were purported to have magical powers to Native Americans, but the beauty of the lush forest may work on you in a powerful way.
Outstanding is how Dan from Warren felt when we made him aware of the attractions to the area. A great event in the Great Lakes Bay Area is the APPLEDORE Dinner Cruise and Tall Ship Festival. Like Dan, you will definitely have to attend one or more of the events there. For an absolutely wonderful cruise experience, we stepped aboard the tall ship APPLEDORE. We're looking forward to dinner, stargazing, and hands-on sailing experience. Looking skyward, we take in the mast from which the sails will be hoisted on the 85-foot ship. Once aboard, we were ready to cast off down the Saginaw River. We were carefully guided by the ship's captain through Bay City as the drawbridge opened up for our trip into Saginaw Bay. On the voyage, we learned about the fascinating history of the Saginaw River. The Stargazer's dinner cruise started about 8 p.m. A gourmet meal was served on the bow. There were delightful choices, and we enjoyed dinner with our friends and crew. Entering the Saginaw Bay, we had time to relax and enjoy the view of beautiful Lake Huron and greet passing sailboats. Our shows often bring back good memories. Our visit to the Rifle River did just that for Jerry of New Boston, who thought this show was great. Many of you enjoy camping, fishing, kayaking, and canoeing in the Rifle River area, so close to home.
With so much to do and see and to just plain relax, the Rifle River Recreation Area never gets old and boring.
One of the highlights of Ogama County is the Rifle River Recreation Area. I'm with Eric Cowing right now, and Eric is the supervisor out here to the park. And Eric, maybe you could just give us an overview of all the different things that they have here in the park.
Okay, well, we're about 4,500 acres, so it's a rather large recreation area. We have a number of opportunities for outdoor recreation and overnight guests. We have about 7 lakes for fishing. We have 14 miles of trails for hiking. We have 5 rustic cabins for rental. We have a number of campgrounds, rustic and modern, depending on what's your speed. All of our lakes are no motors, so it's more for a kind of a rowboat, kayak, canoe type of experience. Okay. We also have the Rifle River that originates here at the park and runs the entire length, and that's a good 3-hour canoe trip from Grousehaven Lake to the south end of the park. They may come for fishing, they may go for a day's hike out on the trails. Some of them bring their bikes either for the roads or the trails. Some come for the canoe trip just to float down the river and kind of relax.
We had a wonderful time camping, swimming, boating, and fishing. The scenery is spectacular on top of the wide variety of recreational opportunities, including wildlife and bird watching and hiking. It's a treasure for sure. You cannot help but notice why Michigan is called pure as you take in the fresh air, look into the pure waters, and capture the beauty of the area with your phone or camera. We would love to know what your experience is while visiting the Rifle River State Recreation Area. So give us a tweet at Great Getaways TV. Have you ever had a dream of hooking a big brown trout while fly fishing? Well, dreams can and do come true, especially if you spend your time in an area so close to home, fly fishing on the Rifle River. It's a stream that produces good fish and some very big ones, though it may take some luck or skill to catch one. Numerous small streams empty into the Rifle River that often harbor some huge browns.
Beautiful fish. That pretty much about a standard size in here then?
Yeah, it's pretty good size, yep. If you want to catch them about that size, them are good eaters right there.
Okay.
Our next stop on the Circle Tour brings us back to the Rifle River for some kayaking and canoeing. The cold, clear water and sandy bottom in most places makes this an extremely popular river with us and other canoeists. The winding river may only be a foot or two deep in some areas, so it's a perfect spot for beginners and families. Other segments of the river are known for their scenic beauty and moderately fast water with small rapids. There are numerous canoe liveries throughout the Rifle system providing canoes and overnight camping areas. There also are spotting services available so you can schedule a whole day on the river or perhaps just a few-hour tour.
We are glad that you and Susan of Swartz Creek love our Keweenaw Bay show. She said she'd been to this area before, but not some of the locations that we featured, and was excited to plan another trip there. Let's see why.
The Keweenaw Peninsula forms the northernmost contiguous landmass of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Sometimes called the Upper Peninsula's Upper Peninsula, the Keweenaw extends some 75 miles north into Lake Superior as measured from the southernmost point of Keweenaw Bay. Being nearly surrounded by the legendary might of Lake Superior, it should come as no surprise that the Keweenaw has seen its share of shipwrecks. In the early days of Great Lake shipping, the Keweenaw Peninsula forced sailors into the deeper realms of Lake Superior's grasp. The winds and waves in this stretch of water can be fierce, and the broken timbers of many a lost vessel testify to the fact along the peninsula's eastern shore. One of Michigan's 5 underwater preserves is located at the far northern tip of the Keweenaw at Copper Harbor. This preserve contains 18 diveable wrecks, including the Muskie, a 180-foot modern Coast Guard cutter which was dashed against the perilous shoals not far from shore. Obviously, the Keweenaw Peninsula should also have a fine assortment of lighthouses, and it does. All are automated now, but many offer tours and small museum displays detailing the peninsula's maritime heritage. One of the nicest features of the Keweenaw Peninsula is that it's fairly small. You can do a lot in just one day. It's barely 60 miles from Houghton and Hancock at the far northern end of the road. From east to west, you'll travel no more than 25 miles at the widest point. As you will see, we'll be crisscrossing the peninsula from beginning to end and stop to stop on today's program. But as the dawn's summer warmth began burning away the early morning mists, the boys' sunrise journey down the coastline quickly became worth it. From alongside the shore of Lake Superior, the Keweenaw's mountains climbed in back of them, conjuring up visions of other, more famous coastlines of the United States. With a start like this, it just had to be a good day.
Catherine of Garden City posted on Facebook that the Tawas Point Lighthouse was her all-time favorite. She wishes she could return there more often. It is one of the most beautiful lighthouses that we've ever photographed. The jewel of the park is the Tawas Point Lighthouse, built in 1876. It's the only working model of a Victorian-era light station still in operation on the Great Lakes, and to walk through this historic structure and ascend its winding iron staircase is truly a step back in time. We probably notice a beautiful view up behind us right now. We're actually standing at the top of the Tawas Point Lighthouse, and we're looking out into Lake Huron down the south shore here. And I'm with Chuck Allen right now. Chuck is the manager here at the park, and Chuck, it's a great park that you have out here. And one of the highlights of it is the lighthouse itself. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. Yeah, this is kind of the highlight. This is what a lot of people come for. This is actually the second lighthouse that's on the point. We had a lighthouse back by the campground that was built in 1852, and the point grows so much that within 20 years that lighthouse was actually obsolete. They had to build a new lighthouse, and this is the one that they built here in 1876.
Okay, so it's been here for quite a while. It's in excellent shape, and I see you're doing a lot of work on it. What's going on?
Yeah, it is in really good shape. We've been fortunate that we're kind of secluded, so we don't get some of the vandalism that a lot of lighthouses have gotten over the years. And then we were also very lucky that in 2001, the Coast Guard decided it was surplus, and they decided to turn it over to us. And we started doing some pretty aggressive work on renovating it. We started on the outside, redoing the tower and the building itself. And then after that, we started work on the inside.
The double-wall tower is 70 feet high and 16 feet wide at its base. First fueled by lard oil, then kerosene, the light has been powered by electricity since 1935. A rare fourth-order Fresnel lens built in Paris and installed in 1892 magnifies and makes the light visible up to 16 miles out onto the lake. The lighthouse includes a museum store and living quarters. We have zipped through a number of our favorite great getaways, and here's one last one where I literally zip 1,000 feet through the air following our Treetop hike in Grey County, Ontario. Hang on for one final ride. And we're going to kind of psych ourselves out here too, because we came down the one zip line. That was the short one. We're going down a 1,000-footer now. The other one was about 300. If I can stop screaming long enough, I'll tell you what it's like going down there. I'm going to try to snap a couple of pictures going down too. We'll be traveling upwards of 40 to 45 miles an hour going down, 1,000 feet. Hopefully the brakes work. So far, so good. They seem to be getting off safe down there, so we'll see how it works. Okay. Now it's this great stairway. All right, on my way. All right, whoa, geez. This kind of a freaky feeling going down here. I mean, really kind of freaky. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna spin around, see if I can shoot back up. I don't know if I'm getting any kind of shots. This is wild. There we are. We have got to the bottom. I don't think I've ever done anything quite so exhilarating as walking in the trees and going down a 1,000-foot zip line. We've had a lot of fun with this Best of show, and we thank you, our viewers, for your comments and suggestions. We listen to them all. And thank you, Daryl, to St. Louis, for saying our shows are great. We agree our great getaways are a great way to encourage families to get out and enjoy nature. There is certainly free entertainment all around us. For more information on any of the memorable places that we brought you today, be sure to visit our website. Like us on Facebook too, so we can keep in touch with you. We encourage you to share your memories with us.
Production of Great Getaways is made possible by Rocky's Great Outdoors. Located in Burton, Michigan, Rocky's carries a complete line of motorcycles, snowmobile, camping, and hiking gear, including canoes and kayaks. State Building Company, serving Mid-Michigan for over 50 years, with quality windows, insulation, roofing, and siding, including complete residential and commercial remodeling. Forward Corporation, operating over 30 complete convenience centers, motels, and restaurants across Northeast Michigan.